Alright. Everything appears to be up and running. Wanted to try something just a little bit different today. As far as, me trying to do my voices and everything. Let me just go ahead and link this on Twitter. Make sure we're all good to go. And then we'll move on from there. Shonen Sensei, it's good to see you. Always good to see you. I didn't say this during my reaction for Solo Leveling, but once again, congratulations to you and your wife on your new home. I am incredibly happy for you. Let me just share this real quick. Just making sure the acoustics are good. I mean, they are, but Alright, we're good there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I figured I'd go ahead and do... Well, actually, hold on. Let me close out my Elgato because I was taking some pictures. I'm playing a lot of Borderlands since they're doing the whole loot the universe thing right now. And I'm taking advantage of trying to farm for some god-rolled items. Really working hard on trying to get a Mad Moxie's endowment artifact so I can get bonus XP on top of bonus XP. So that's what I've been currently working on. I'll get back to that once this session is over. And I'm probably going to stream some Borderlands, most likely on Twitch, because YouTube has been acting kind of funny with keeping my broadcasts up. So I'll be working on that as far as finding out why YouTube keeps disconnecting me. Maybe I have to disconnect from it and then reconnect in terms of streaming as far as my PS5 goes. But Twitch seems to be a lot more stable when it comes to me streaming. So I'm more than likely going to stream later on Twitch playing some more Borderlands. And we're just going to be farming for some good gear. Because, might as well. It's a fun looter game. Might as well take full advantage of it. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be doing some more voices. I know CJ, I don't know if he's here. He's probably not here yet. CJ has requested that I do people like Judge Frollo. Who's my favorite character to play with on Borderlands? Currently, in Borderlands 3, it is Mose, Zane, and Amara. I haven't got Flack to a place to where I can add him into that list, but in that specific order, Mose, Zane, and then my melee Amara. Underneath that would be my Phaserker Amara. Underneath that, and then it's Flack. But at the top, it's Mose because she just overpowerly, and that's not even a word, overpowerly just destroys everything. She just... I've been farming with her for the past couple of days when it comes to killing enemies extremely fast without even having to blink. She is my go-to character to do it with. So she's the one I go to when I want to kill a boss in less than 30 seconds. Then I go to her. I think the only one that manages to survive longer than that is Hemovorus, and she's the raid boss. So it only makes sense that the raid boss survives a little bit longer. But even then, even that has its limits. It is actually really, really crazy how broken she is, but I hope Gearbox doesn't nerf her because I'm having so much fun with her. But in this session, I'm going to be doing a couple of voices and seeing which one, some ones that I've done in the past I could probably improve on. But other than that, CJ, Die Drive CJ, one of my own moderators for my channel, he requested that I do Judge Frollo from like The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And I believe there was another character he wanted me to do the voice of. We'll work on that once we get to it. But for now, I actually have some See, the thing is, when I do these voice acting sessions, I mainly do them not because I've practiced the voice, but I start off with the voice and then see if I can fine tune it as I go. So mind you, there's a certain range that I can hit and there's a certain range that I cannot hit. And when it comes to Judge Frollo, it can be a little bit, I mean, his voice is very unique. I mean, his voice actor was, hold on, where is his voice actor? His voice actor was Tony J. And Tony J is notorious for having, infamous, well, not even infamous, but famous for having a deep sounding voice, like he did the voice for Magneto and X-Men Legends. And I'm trying to think of another character he did. Hold on, let me look him up. Also, I hope you guys don't mind if I have this set up the way it is with you guys just hearing my voice, because I kind of just want my voice to be the focus for this stream today. All right, let's see. Tony J. Shere Khan in Jungle Book 2. Tailspin, Elder God, and a Legacy of Kain series. Megabyte and Reboot, Judge Claude Frollo and Hunchback of Notre Dame. I can never choose which one to actually stick with. Do I think grown-up Naruto and Sasuke can beat Broly? Well, that's a different type of power set for those two characters, because Naruto and Sasuke are bound by ninjutsu. Broly is not bound by anything. Plus, Broly is what you would classify as a planet burster, where he could literally destroy a planet if he want to. I don't know if Naruto and Sasuke could actually do that. They have powerful jutsu, but nothing on the level that could demonstrate that they could literally just blow up the entire planet. At least none that I could see. Your request is the Joker? Well, we'll work on him when we get to him. First and foremost, we'll do Judge Frollo. Well, let me just see the filmography of Tony J. Okay, and the voices. Let's see, Mighty Max, Two Stupid Dogs, Sonic the Hedgehog, Legends, Tom and Jerry Kids. What was the last one he did a voice for? Cyber 9, Miss Spiders, Sunny Patch Kids. Hey Arnold, Teen Titans as a narrator. Oh, I remember. He was the narrator when Starfire was going through that weird transformation and that weird alien spider lady was trying to eat her. I remember that. Rugrats, he was Dr. Werner Lipschitz. He was also a doctor, rich man, wombat president, narrator, manager, man with car, Max, Dream Santa, Barney, scientist number 2, and in general. And he was also the Magic Mirror, Shere Khan the Tiger, Ostrich, House of Mouse. All right, so we got a little bit of a filmography of Tony J right there. Let's go ahead and get started and see if I can, I won't say that I'm going to try and imitate his voice. I'm just trying to do a voice similar to his. So I got his lines right here where he's like, okay, spoken by Frollo. This is just some of his quotes, and we'll go through the list of here. I'll find her. I'll find her if I have to burn down all of Paris. And then Claude Frollo speaking at Quasimodo. You idiot. That wasn't kindness. It was cunning. She's a gypsy. Gypsies are not capable of real love. Think, boy. Think of your mother. Recomposes himself. But what chance could a poor, misshapen child like you have against her heathen treachery? Well, never you mind, Quasimodo. She will be out of our lives soon enough. I will free you from her evil spell. She will torment you no longer. I know where her hideout is, and tomorrow, at dawn, I attack with 1,000 men. And then his final words, and he shall smite the wicked and plunge them into the fiery pit. It was a little bit of an emphasis whenever he says it like that. Imitation is the highest form of flattery. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Let's see. You, gypsy girl, get down at once. And then Esmeralda is saying to him, yes, your honor, just as soon as I free this poor creature. I forbid it. How dare you defy me? And then Esmeralda continues saying, you mistreat this poor boy the same way you mistreat my people. You speak of justice, yet you are cruel to those most in need of your help. Silence! Justice! Mark my words, gypsy. You will pay for this insolence. And then Esmeralda says with the sickest of Disney burns, then it appears we've crowned the wrong fool. The only fool I see is you. Disney knew how to deliver some nice bangers. That's actually really good. I need to keep working on it because I don't want to lose the English accent. And I say English not as in American English, but England English. I don't want to lose it as I go deeper into that range. So that still needs a little bit of work. All right, what other lines does he have? Oh, okay, here's one. And I guess this is Frollo trying to talk to Quasimodo and trying to get him to slip up and tell him where the gypsies are hiding in Paris. What's different in here? Nothing, sir. Isn't this one new? It's awfully good. Looks very much like the gypsy girl. I know. You helped her escape, and now all of Paris is burning because of you. She was kind to me, master. You idiot. That wasn't kindness. It was cunning. She's a gypsy. Gypsies are not capable of real love. I know I read this line already, but I'm going through this whole line between Quasimodo and Frollo. Gypsies are not capable of real love. Think, boy. Think of your mother. But what chance could a poor, misshapen child like you have against her heathen treachery? Well, never you mind, Quasimodo. She will be out of our lives soon enough. I will free you from her evil spell. She will torment you no longer. What do you mean? I know where her hideout is, and tomorrow at dawn I attack with 1,000 men. And that's that whole line of dialogue right there. But that's Judge Frollo. I wonder who else we can voice. Because here's the thing, I don't mind voicing villains. I really don't. I actually love voicing villains. Let me see if I can find one for Oogie Boogie, because I tend to sing his song a whole lot. Well, 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 what have we here? Santa Claus, oh, I'm really scared. So you're the one that everyone's talking about. Let's see, Oogie Boogie quotes, and there we go. All right, Oogie Boogie. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Ooh, I'm feeling weak with hunger. One more roll of the dice ought to do it. And then he places the dice in the skull shaker, but receives a pair of ones. What? Snake eyes? And then when Jack shows up in front of him, Jack, but they said you were dead. You must be double dead. I know there's a lot of quiet moments, and especially it's very apparent with you guys not seeing my face, but this is new to me as well, so I hope you guys understand, but I'm just going to I'm trying out this whole format where you guys just hear my voice overall. I mean, for me personally, I like it. I like this whole setup that I got going right now. But if I can't find anyone, let's see if I can get some Joker quotes. Okay, we got 131 Joker quotes on humanity that really makes you think. All right. So I could either go Heath Ledger or I could attempt Mark Hamill. Let's see. The only sensible way to live in this world is without rules. Smile, because it confuses people. Smile because it's easier than explaining what is killing you inside. What doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger. April sweet is coming in, let the feast of fools begin. And then this one obviously has to be the Heath Ledger one. It was like, they need you right now, but when they don't, they'll cast you out. Like a leper. And then there's more of it. As you know, madness is like gravity. All it takes is a little push. Let's put a smile on that face. And then here's another one. We stopped checking for monsters under our bed when we realized they were inside us. And then here's my favorite one from Joker. If you're good at something, never do it for free. And then the last one here. This is just 1 through 10 to start. When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other. And then here's another one. Joker quotes on humanity that really makes you think. 11 through 20. Nobody panics when things go according to plan, even if the plan is horrifying. Haven't you ever heard of the healing power of laughter? They laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at them because they're all the same. Madness is the emergency exit. You can just step outside and close the door on all those dreadful things that happened. You can lock them away forever. Why don't we cut... Oh, here's a Heath Ledger one. Why don't we cut you up into little pieces and feed you to your pooches, huh? And then we'll see how loyal a hungry dog really is. Introduce a little anarchy. Upset the established order, and everything becomes chaos. I'm an agent of chaos. And you know the thing about chaos? It's fair. Do I really look like a guy with a plan? You know what I am? I'm a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught it. You know? I just do things. My Heath Ledger is on point. That's what I've been told, Shonen Sensei. It tends to be one of my better Joker renditions. Let me get rid of some of these tabs here.
I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you? Go back to ripping off mob dealers? No. You complete me. You can't rely on anyone these days. You gotta do everything yourself, don't we? That's okay. I came prepared. It's a funny world we live in. Speaking of which, you want to know how I got these scars? No, but I know how you got these.
Alright, let's see.
See, this is how crazy Batman's made Gotham. If you want order in Gotham, Batman must take off his mask and turn himself in. Oh, and every day he doesn't, people will die. Starting tonight. I'm a man of my word. See, I'm a man of simple taste. I like things such as gunpowder, dynamite, and gasoline. You see, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve.
Alright, let's see if I can find some other lines. Elsewhere. Let's see. What good villains are out there with full-on quotes? Ooh, maybe I could do one from Sosuke Aizen. Let me look up some Sosuke Aizen's lines, because Sosuke Aizen is the epitome of trolling everyone from the beginning of the series all the way up until this defeat. So let me see if I can pull up some Sosuke Aizen lines. Which reminds me, I got to get back into watching Bleach from the beginning all the way over. I still have some Blu-rays I have yet to get my hands on, but I'm going to work on it as best I can. Okay, we have... Alright, we got one for Sosuke Aizen. Ahmed R, what's going on? We're doing some voice lines today. Right now I'm going to start with Sosuke Aizen. To Toshiro Hitsugaya upon his discovery of an injured Momo Hinamori. How unfortunate. You found her. Pardon me. It wasn't my intention to traumatize you. Before you could have noticed, I should have chopped her into unrecognizable pieces. Then another one to Toshiro Hitsugaya. You should learn this well, Hitsugaya-kun. Admiration is the emotion furthest from understanding. Then to Renji Abarai, the Sosuke Aizen you knew never existed to begin with. Then to Jushiro Kitake, from the very start no one has stood upon the heavens. Not you, not I, nor even gods. However, this intolerable vacuum has come to an end. Henceforth, I shall stand upon the heavens. Then to Shinji Hirako, you should not dwell on the betrayal that you can see. The truly terrifying betrayal is that which lies utterly hidden from your eyes, Captain Hirako. Then to Tier Halibel indirectly, I never even dreamed that the power of the Ten Espada I went to so much trouble to gather could possibly be inferior to that of myself alone. Then to Shinji Hirako again, to trust in another is the same as to rely upon that person. Reliance is for the weak. It is of no use to us. Then another one to Shinji again. It is the nature of all living things to find some being greater than themselves and place their trust in that being, following it blindly. In order to escape from the pressure of that trust, those beings seek a still greater entity in which to believe, and those greater beings, too, seek still greater, still stronger beings to follow. This is how all kings come to be, and this is how all gods are born. Do not trust in me yet, Hirako Shinji. I will take my time to teach you the nature of the god whom you face. Then you shall believe. And then we have one to Ichigo Kurosaki. Why do you insist on keeping such distance from me? If you wish to make a decisive strike, you should do so at point-blank range. Or perhaps you are afraid of moving in too close and letting even a part of my body out of your sight. If so, I am disappointed. Keeping one's distance is only a key factor in a battle between two combatants of equal strength. Between you and myself, distances hold no meaning whatsoever. Observe. I am perfectly capable of reaching your heart at any moment. Then one to Sajin Komamura. Did you think that a display of force would be enough to overwhelm me? How foolish. In fact, I would say that the very concept of power itself is different for me than for you. Allow me to demonstrate. This is the true meaning of power. Then to Shunsui Kyoraku, Toshiro Hitsugaya, Soifon, and Shinji Hiroko. I will not take your lives. With the measure of power that you possess, you are unlikely even to lose consciousness from these wounds. Stay there. Stay there. Wow, why did I say stay there? Stay there, helpless and defeated, and observe carefully as this battle reaches its conclusion. Then to Genryusai Shigekune Yamamoto, who I am actually going to go to next because there's a lot of good lines in Bleach. There are a lot of good voice lines in Bleach, so I'm probably going to go to him next. Because I actually like doing voice lines of old guys as well. Helps me stretch my chops just a little bit more. Your Ryujin Jaka is indeed the most powerful Zanpakuto in existence. There is no doubt about that. Were I to fight against it directly, it would likely overpower even me. However, if one abandons all other abilities and focuses his strength entirely on a single specialized skill, then he can overcome even the greatest of powers. Then another one to Captain Yamamoto. Cruel. Once a soul has become a hollow, it holds no meaning. It is a being with no purpose beyond idly consuming its fellow souls. Where do you see cruelty in my giving purpose to such a being? Surely the true act of cruelty was your tearing that soul to pieces. Then another one to Yamamoto. I will not do you the injustice of refusing to take your life. You who are the very embodiment of the history of Soul Society itself. You alone will die here by my blade. Then to Ichigo Kurosaki again. I suppose it is only to be expected. You have my pity. There is no such thing as truth or lies in this world. There never has been. There is only plain, hard facts. And yet all beings who exist in this world take only those facts that are convenient to them, and take them to be the truth. They do so because they know no other way to live. However, for those powerless beings that make up the majority of this world, it is those facts that are inconvenient for their own self-affirmation that makes up the real truth. Wow, that was a mouthful. That was a bit of a mouthful there. Then we have another one to Ishin Korosaki. The Hogyoku is able to manifest the desires of those around it. However, this manifestation will not be successful unless the possessors of those desires have the strength to carry it out. In a way, its ability might be better termed a guiding force. However, it is a peculiar quality of living beings that when it comes to achieving those petty desires that their crude hearts enshrine, they tend to have remarkable levels of success. And then here's one to Kisuke Urohara. Why not be careless? I no longer have any need to take care. I can feel it. Now that my body has subjugated this Hogyoku, it has begun to far surpass even the capacity that I once possessed, a capacity that already held no equal in Soul Society. There is no longer any need for me to evade even a Kido ranking in the 90s. Then here's one to Gin Ichimaru. The laws of nature are for beings who must live their lives bound by them. Now, shall we carry on? To a place beyond all laws. Then another one to Gin Ichimaru. Fear is necessary to achieve evolution. The fear that, in one's current state, one could quite possibly be destroyed at any time. I thank you, Gin. It is thanks to your presence that I have finally succeeded in surpassing both Shinigami and Hollows. Then here's one to Kisuke Urahara, possibly when he's getting sealed inside. Sealed up after the events of him being beaten by Ichigo. Those are the words of a defeated man. A victor must speak not of the current state of the world, but of how it should rightfully be. Then here's one to Shunsui Kyoraku. So, if you are killed, the gate to Muken will be closed for all eternity. Did they expect I would go so far as to take your life in order to steal the key to this place? I never did like those old fools in Central 46. Another one to Shunsui Kyoraku. I must say, you truly are an entertaining man. Would I like to breathe fresh air, you ask? Would that be the fresh air of a soul society being summarily crushed by your watch? And then to you watch regarding their battle. This is not about benefit. My only purpose has always been to crush all who seek to control me. And then the last thing he says to Yuwatch, or Juhaboha, if you want to call him that. Yuwatch, the world that you desired to create may indeed have been devoid of fear. However, in a world without the fear of death, men could not face that fear and seek out hope. Certainly, they could keep walking onward by merely living, but that would be very different from walking onward while conquering their own fears. That is why we give the act of walking onward a special name. We call it courage. And those are pretty much all of Aizen's lines that I could find in that immediate moment right there. Alright, onwards to Genryusai Shigekure Yamamoto! To Shunsui Kyoraku and Jushiro Ugitoke.
My quarry never escapes. Come, you rascals, but you won't get off with a thrashing this time.
Then to Nanao Issei.
Listen well. Be gone from here. I don't have time nor the patience to teach a mere infant like you how to breathe.
Then to Shunsui and Jushiro again.
I was proud of you as if you were my own sons. I believe that, even if the character is different, it is fine if they took the same paths.
Then to Shunsui and Jushiro again.
As I taught you before, there is no mercy for he who obstructs justice. There is no individual sense of justice that can overrule the justice of the world.
Then to the Gotei 13.
Place everything you have on the line and crush them where they stand. Even if they should tear your flesh from your bones, make every last fragment of those bones an iron wall. They must not be permitted to set a single foot upon Soul Society's ground.
Then to Izuru Kira.
Dear me, forcing the Captain Commander himself to come to their aid? What are today's officers coming to?
Then to Ion.
It seems you are a simple monster who knows nothing but slaughter. A pity.
Then to Sosuke Aizen.
They give their lives to vanquish a great evil. That is the nature of the Gotei 13.
And then last one to Sosuke Aizen.
Do you believe that simply by sealing Ryujin Jaka, you have defeated me? You fool. Your foolishness is so great it astounds me. Why precisely do you think I have served as Captain Commander of the Gotei 13 for 1,000 years? Because in all those 1,000 years, no Shinigami was born to rival me in strength.
Then to Wonderwise, he says,
I am glad you at least abandon your childlike form. As a result, I can slaughter you without hesitation.
He says it differently in the English dub of the anime where he says,
I'm glad you're no longer just a child. Now I can kill you without having feelings of remorse.
It sounded good in both the Japanese and English dub of the anime when he said that to him. I was like, oh, this dude means business. Then we have to Byakuya, Kenpachi, and Shunsui.
Now listen. Victory is not the only thing that matters on the field of battle. What exactly do you fools take your captain's robes for anyway?
Then to the Gotei 13, about restoring Ichigo Kurosaki's powers.
Regardless of the circumstances, we were saved by Ichigo Kurosaki in our time of need. It is now time that we return the favor. Even if that should require violating our own statutes. To allow such a debt to go unpaid would bring eternal shame upon the entire Gotei 13.
Then the last words he says to a young Shunsui Kyoraku.
Ah, that picture. That is a monster that appeared in Soul Society long ago. It appeared when Soul Society was in great need and only brought further turmoil. It will not trouble us again. If someday that monster were to appear before us again, I fear that will be the last day I am ever seen in this place.
They got some really good lines for Bleach when you think about it. They have a long list of good lines. But that's Genryu's side. Let's see if we can find... Ooh, I got another one. Let's see if we can... There's Gin Ichimaru. Let's see if we can find one for Ulquiorra. Because Ulquiorra is one of my favorite characters as well. Ulquiorra, Arankar. Then find Espada. I'm trying to do it without having to type it in. Ulquiorra. There you go. Ulquiorra. All right. So we'll do Gin Ichimaru's, and then we'll do Ulquiorra's. All right, let me go down to his quotes. Then this is when he's talking to Jidanbo, where he says, "What idiotic rules are you talking about? You misunderstand. Even when the Guardian loses, the Guardian may still not open the door. If the Guardian lost, then that would mean he must be executed." Then to Rukia Kuchiki, "I was just taking a walk and I dropped by to tease you." To Rukia again, "Would you like me to save you?" Just kidding. Then to Rangiku Matsumoto, "It would have been nice if my capture lasted a little longer. Farewell, Rangiku. Sorry." Then to Ulquiorra, "I'm not too fond of sad stories." To Kaname and Izuru, "It's nice to see he's still got spirit in him." To Ichigo Kurosaki, "I thought you were an interesting kind of kid, but I guess you're actually pretty creepy." To Ichigo again, "No point doing anything now. Me and Aizen go way back, but even I've never seen him like this. Well, I guess that's only natural, seeing as he's gone and absorbed the Hogyoku. You get it, right? There's no point fighting anymore. They're all gonna get killed, and so are you. The end." Then here's one to Sosuke Aizen. Feelings, eh? Nah, afraid not. Don't got none of 'em. Didn't I tell you back when we first met? I'm a snake, cold of flesh and devoid of heart. My tongue flicks back and forth, even in search of new prey, and if I like what I find, I swallow 'em whole. Dang, bugs be hitting my windows something awful. What is wrong with bugs these days? And then his last lines are just to Rangiku when he said, as a child, to Rangiku,
I've decided. I'm gonna become a Shinigami. I'll become a Shinigami and change things. I'll make it so you never have to cry again.
And then to Rangiku in his dying thoughts, if you were to turn into a snake tomorrow and begin devouring humans, and from the same mouth you started devouring humans, you cry out to me, I love you. Would I still be able to say I love you the same way I do today? And those are the last thoughts of Genichi Maru. Alright, let's move on to one of my favorite Espada, aside from Coyote Stark. Ulquiorra! And then this is him speaking to Orihime.
The fact that you only have 2 escorts is a bit anticlimactic, but having those annoying walls fixed in place suits me just fine, since rushing a conversation isn't really in my nature.
Then to Orihime again.
Do not ask any questions. Do not say anything. You have no rights. What you hold in your hand is the rope to the guillotine above your friends' necks. Nothing more. Understand, girl? This is not a negotiation. It's an order.
Then to Orihime again.
What would you have me say? Don't worry. I'm sure he's still alive. Ridiculous. I am not here to comfort you. I don't understand. Why are you so fixated on life and death? At any rate, your friends will soon be annihilated. So what if that's one step closer? They should have seen this coming from the start. If they could see it coming, the fault lies in their own foolishness. Laughing them off as a group of idiots would be sufficient. Why can't you do that? If it were me, and my friends entered Hueco Mundo without first gauging their strength, I'd be infuriated by their stupidity.
To Ichigo Kurosaki.
Even if you rise up 1,000 times, there will be no victory for any of you.
Then to Orihime again.
Hearts, you say? You humans are always so quick to speak of such things, as though you carry your hearts in the very palms of your hands. But this eye of mine perceives all. There is nothing that it overlooks. If this eye cannot see a thing, then it does not exist. That is the assumption under which I have always thought. What is this heart? If I tear open that chest of yours, will I see it there? If I smash open that skull of yours, will I see it there?
Then another one towards Ichigo.
Do not allow yourself to be shaken. Do not weaken your stance. Open your senses, and do not let your guard down for an instant.
Then to Ichigo again.
No matter how your appearance and techniques may resemble those of an Arankar, it is as distant from us as the heaven from the sky. It is an understandable route for humans and Shinigami who wish to obtain power, to imitate hollows. However, it will never allow you to it will never allow you to stand upon the same level as Arankar.
To Ichigo Kurosaki before entering the Segunda Etapa.
Your words are those of a man who knows not true despair. If you know it not, then allow me to teach you. This is the face of true despair.
Then to Ichigo again.
You are a fool, Ichigo Kurosaki. You willingly seek to challenge an opponent so much more powerful than you that it strikes a primal fear into your being. Incomprehensible. If this is the work of the heart that you people speak of, then it is because you possess this heart that you humans bring hurt upon yourself. Because you possess this heart that you lose your lives.
Because, you know, Ulquiorra has that quiet, raspy, dry voice whenever he speaks. Then to Ichigo Kurosaki before getting shot point blank by Iseto.
I see. So you show no mercy. Just like a true hollow. I care not. Defeated by you as I stand. My existence holds no further meaning. Do it.
Then to Ichigo, after I would assume Ichigo regains control of himself, the hole in his body heals up, he comes out of his Vasto Lorde form, and Ulquiorra's body has regenerated, but since he lost a majority of his organs, he only can regenerate a facsimile of his former limbs.
Kill me. Make it quick. I no longer have the strength left in me to even walk. If you do not cut me down now, then this will go unsettled for eternity.
While dying, he says,
I see. So this is it. It lies here within this palm. The heart.
And those are all the lines of Ulquiorra. And then, alright, I brought up Zomari Roru. Let's see about his lines, because I always like doing his voices as well. His voice is undeniably deep for a character, especially in Bleach. So we got a couple of lines from him to Byakuya Kuchi. Of all the espada, I have the fastest sonido. And by timing my steps carefully, I am able to create an apparent clone of myself. Well, it's essentially just a little magic trick. Magic tricks exist for the purpose of surprising the opponent. For you to be surprised because you... I gotta do this right. Because I can feel the deepness of the voice leaving. I gotta make sure my throat is clear before I can continue this line, because he's got a lot of them. For you to be surprised. I'm gonna get it. This is where I'm gonna get this voice. I am going to get this voice even if I have to keep trying. Because I want this deep voice to be good. For you to be surprised because you could not follow the trick with your eyes. That is nothing to be ashamed of. Then to Byakuya again. The reason for your defeat is that very pride which led you not to so much as give your name. Then to Byakuya again. What's that? Proud. Now, why would you say that? You are my enemy, but you are a captain. I have aimed to consider you an equal, and to treat you as such. There is no pride in my heart. Then to Byakuya again. It would appear that arrogance is simply in your nature. I accept that. And from this point onward, I shall smash that insolence deep into the very recesses of your being. I think I'm getting the hang of it. To Byakuya again. Everything is governed by its rightful master. Subordinates act under the orders of their superiors. The masters live under the rule of their king. The clouds move according to the will of the wind. The moonlight is ruled by the light of the sun. Then to Byakuya again, we got 3 more lines for him. Because he has a... Zomari Roru has a really deep voice, especially if you take in his English dub voice. He has a deep voice. You throw away your left leg and left arm without hesitation. You instantly regard that which is stolen from you as an enemy, and thus you attack, even if that means cutting your own body. How very impressive, to be able to make such cool-headed decisions in such a situation. However, that determination from my point of view seems a little careless. The only limbs you now retain are your right arm and right leg. You intend to fight against an espada such as myself with only one arm and one leg. Now that is a little presumptuous, don't you agree? He really has a deep voice. What is this I see in your eyes? You will not forgive me? You intend to swing that blade? You intend to judge me? Is that what you call pride? And then this is when his voice actually gets loud, so I can actually raise it from here. You Shinigami cut us down as though it were simply the natural way of things. Do you truly think yourselves gods? Who exactly gave you the right to cut down the hollows? Is it because we feed upon the humans? Why then who gave you the right to protect those humans? Nay, nobody has granted you the right to undertake any of this. You Shinigami label us as evil and thoughtlessly slight. I gotta make sure I read these lines in my head before I say them because I'll say the wrong thing. You Shinigami label us as evil and thoughtlessly slice us down purely because in your arrogance you fancy yourselves to be the purveyors of such great justice of your own making. And those are all the lines of Zomari Ruru. And let's see, we have Baragan Luisenborn. Ooh, he's actually a good one. He's got like an old man voice for himself as well. Then to Coyote Stark and Tyr Hallibel. Until the boss gets out of there, I'll be giving the orders round here. Anyone got a problem with that? Then to Gio Vega and Nergay Parduok. He says, kill them. Don't allow even a single one of these ants to escape with his life. Whew, gotta watch that. If you lose here, there will be no place for you to return to. Do not disappoint me. Do not force me to walk a path not stained with the blood of my enemies. Say it! Who do you serve? Then this is him talking to Soyphone, saying, you seem to have difficulty grasping the nature of the ability I possess. Each of the Espada holds dominion over a different form of death. The 10 different paths that could lead a human to death. This is reflected in their individual abilities, their ideologies, and forms the basis of their existence. Isolation, sacrifice, emptiness, despair, destruction, intoxication, insanity, avarice, rage. And the form of death over which I hold dominion is age. Age, that is to say, time, the greatest and most absolute form, the death that inevitably awaits all things. Then another one to Soyphone again. Incomprehensible. That is the nature of death. Furthermore, from this point onward, until this battle is over, everything that happens will be beyond the comprehension of your wits. Then here's one to Marecchio Almeida. It would appear you have nothing left to entertain me with, no matter how much I let you run about. Time to put an end to this. You know what? I like Baron's voice. Not Baron's, but Baragon's. My bad. I meant to say Baragon. Oh, hold on. I'm being paged. All right, I'm back. My family was trying to FaceTime me since they went off on vacation. I'm here. I'm here at the house on a vacation of my own, just taking care of Kenzo, so that way someone can watch him. So we're all on vacation, but she was trying to FaceTime me and show me all the different things. I'm betting anything that she wanted to FaceTime me while they were at the aquarium. I bet you anything she might call me up again. So just to give you a heads up, I might mute myself again just to see what's going on, just in case. But back to Baragon. Let's see. To Hachigen Ushoda. It matters not who you are or what manner of power you possess. Before the power I wield, all beings are equal. Come, it is time that you too were reduced to naught but bones. Then to Hachigen again. I suppose buying time in the face of one who holds dominion over age is a similar action to spitting in the face of God. Perhaps I should congratulate you on your nerve, lesser beings though you are. Now, mind you, this is when Baragon has assumed his what is it called? His resurrection, which is essentially arrogante, which is one of the sickest power-ups I have ever seen in Bleach. Just the fact that he turns himself into like an elder lich. It's really, really cool. Let's see, to Hachigen and Soifon and Hachigen. To think that you could injure me to such an extent. I will never forgive you, impudent insects. Regret your boundless insolence as you turn to dust before me. Then to Soifon and Hachigen again. Insects, insects, insects! Shinigami, humans, hollows, Arankar, all of their difference and strife. Will, freedom, beasts, plants, the moon and stars and sun, all of it is meaningless. There is but one absolute in this world, and that is my power. Everything outside of that is as tiny and meaningless as an insect. It is only natural for I, wielder of the ultimate power over all, to hold dominion over the world. Among a number of competing powers, equality can never be found. But observe, in these hollow eyes of mine, the lives you bear are no greater than those of mere ants. I will say this much. Better late than never, huh? Forgive me. CJ, it's alright. It is perfectly alright. Now, here's the thing, CJ. I did judge Frollo's voice early on. I did his voice early on. And then I moved on to other different voices as well. Like I did a brief moment of Oogie Boogie's voice, but he didn't have too many quotes I could go off of. And then I just been working on a lot of villain voices again. Do Fly Eyes from the Castlevania Netflix series? Are you talking about the one that likes to have the conversation with Isaac? Let me see if I can find... Let me see if I can find... Fly Eyes quotes a little bit. Fly Eyes, here it is. All right, so the first thing, let me just read this. Let me just finish up this last line from Baragon real quick. Let me just do this last one. to Sosuke Aizen, Genichimaru, and Kaname Tozen.
I was beginning to succumb to boredom. Had you not appeared here today, I might have divided my own army in two and had them slaughter amongst themselves.
And that's where I'll draw to close for Baragon there. But we got some quotes for Fly Eyes. So if I remember his voice correctly, he had like a little bit of a raspy voice when he was talking, but he also had a little bit of an accent as well. So let me see if I can attempt it.
I was betrayed, Forge Master. I was hunted. I was tortured. I lied for my life in a church before a judge. I gave up others so that I may live. I became a sinner.
So that's my first instance on trying to do Fly Eye's voice. Let's see if he's got any other good quotes. Ooh, they have an entire quote section. Here's another one. This is him talking to Isaac with him saying,
I do not need to tell you what night creatures are, Forge Master.
You can call me Isaac. Would you like a berry?
Case in point, I am a night creature. I eat blood and meat.
And then Isaac says, a berry would probably not kill you. It doesn't list every single one of Fly Eye's quotes, but it does list the good ones. I wonder. Let me see if I can find Dracula's quotes. Because he's got some good ones too. Oh, he has a lot. So let's go through Dracula's voice. Now, mind you, I am not gonna be able to be perfect with his voice like hold on, let me get his name. I am not gonna be able to be perfect like his voice like Graham McTavish is with his, because my God, did he do a fantastic voice for Dracula, but I will attempt it nonetheless. So, very good so far. Well, thank you, CJ. I am Vlad Dracula Tepish, and I do not get many visitors. What have you to trade for my knowledge, Lisa of Lupu? I've known you for 2 minutes, and you offer me to walk the earth like an ordinary peasant while I give you the knowledge of immortals, the true science. And then here's another one where he's saying, she said to me, if you would love me as a man, then live as a man, travel as a man. I give you 1 year, Wallachians. You have 1 year to make your peace and remove any marks you have made upon the land. 1 year, and I will wipe all human life from the land of Lawachia. You took that which I love, so I will take from you everything you have and everything you have ever been. 1 year. Then here's another one. That woman was the only reason on earth for me to tolerate human life. 1 year. I gave you 1 year to make your peace with your God. And what do? Celebrate the day you killed my wife. 1 year I gave you while I assembled my armies. And now I bring your death. You had your chance. There's a lot of good lines from Dracula. Try Alucard and Saint Germain's next, please. Oh, with pleasure, with pleasure. Seeing as how I tend to imitate Bill Nye's Davy Jones a lot, I don't think it'll be too difficult for me to try Saint Germain and Alucard. But let me just pull up Alucard on the side. Now, mind you, I'm going to avoid the quotes that have profanity in them. But let me pull up Saint Germain as well. This is the wrong cipher. This is from the video games. I need the cipher from this series. Let me pull up another one of Alucard and find Saint Germain. Here it is. All right, so I got Alucard up in his quotes, and I'm pulling up Saint Germain in his quotes. Saint Germain animated version, if you please. Thank you very much. All right, we're good. Now we can continue on. All right, so let's start with Alucard, and then we'll do Saint Germain. And this is Alucard speaking to his father in the episode Witch Bottle when he's trying to convince him not to, kill everyone. But find the ones who did the deed. If you loose an army of the night on Wallachia, you cannot undo it, and many thousands of people just as innocent as her will suffer and die. And then it has him speaking to Trevor when he says, do you think you can? If you're really a Belmont, and not some runt running around with a family crest, you might able to. Summons his sword. Let's find out. Then, I believe it's the moment where Trevor tried to kick him into junk and he says, please, this isn't a bar fight. Have some class. And then here's him introducing himself saying, I am Adrian Tepesh, known to the Wallachians as Alucard, son of Vlad Dracula Tepesh. I've been asleep here in my private keep under Greshet for a year, to heal the wounds dealt by my father, when I attempted to stop him, unleashed his demon armies. I really hope that quote was written right, because it says, when I attempted to stop him I guess it should have, I feel like the sentence should have been, when I attempted to stop him from unleashing his demon armies, not when I attempted to stop him unleashed his demon armies. Then again, it's been a minute since I last seen season 1, so still need a... Maybe I'm wrong. Then here's a quote from Monument where he says, I need a hunter and a scholar. I need help to save Wallachia, perhaps the world, and defeat my father. Then here's another quote from Monument. We are all, in the end, slaves to our family's wishes. Then here's one from a episode Last Spell where he says, I had entirely different books under my childhood bed. My father was a polymath. My mother was a doctor, and I grew up very fast. I'm being literal. I aged very quickly. Then here's one in episode For Love where he's talking to Dracula before, Dracula is killed. He says, you died when my mother died. You know you did. This entire catastrophe has been nothing but history's longest suicide note.
Is this how the castle felt to you before my mother first arrived at your door?
Then here's a quote from A Seed of Civilization and Refinement where he says,
Never let a vampire in close. I'm half vampire. Half of me wants you to step in close enough for me to bite out your throat.
Then here's one from Worse Things Than Betrayal.
You do not need to understand. I'm sharing all of this with you so that you'll remember it and pass it on, not just the war making.
And then here's one from What the Night Brings.
I don't have a strong opinion. Magic and science are two sides of the same coin to me.
Because, you know, Alucard has that light voice when he's speaking. That sometimes I actually got to turn my volume up when I'm listening to him speak just so I can hear what he's saying. Then here's a quote from Abandon All Hope where he says, when those brother and sisters tried to kill him, he says,
I told you my father didn't like magical weapons. I did not say I didn't use them. I never lied to you.
And here's another one from Abandon All Hope. I think the last words he says in the episode.
Well, I suppose I could put up big signs all over the place. Do not enter. Danger of death. Abandon all hope. That sort of thing. But this seemed to work well enough for dead old dad.
And then here's one from Murder Wakes It Up, reading a letter saying,
To the Alucard of the castle, we, the people of Dynasty, beg your aid. Night creatures, vampires, and terrible demons assault us, and we know not why. Our defenses weaken and our numbers dwindle. Please, sir, save our souls.
And then here's another good line from Alucard in that same episode.
Oh my God, I'm turning into Belmont.
Alucard has some really good lines, I will say that much. Then he has another one in Back in the World where he says,
And then, I'm ashamed to say, I put them on stakes outside the castle like I was my father. I'm just saying, I am not at my best. It has been difficult.
And then here's another good one from him in episode The Endings where he says,
As if my day wasn't going badly enough. It's Trevor Belmont.
And then here's one where he's talking to Greta and he says,
I'm not used to people.
And Greta says, they're used to you, so let them be used to you, and you'll get used to them. And then Alucard says,
I think I felt parts of my brain died just trying to follow that logic.
And then here's his last line in the show, I believe. Well, last line in season 4, where he says,
It's been a strange ride. I'm happy it's over. The funny thing is, for the first time in my life, I have absolutely no idea what happens next. I just have a feeling that it's going to be worth it. That's exactly it. I'm weirdly happy.
And those are all of Alucard's lines. Some of them I couldn't really read because, I don't, use profanity or say profanity or anything like that. You just saw that episode recently? Nice. Castlevania's a great show, ain't it? Now let's try Saint Germain. I am immortal and glorious, and all these other people smell of, well, you know. Here's one from, I'm surveying these lines before I say them. But we have What the Night Brings. I feel as though I've been led here to find the infinite corridor, to to achieve the ultimate goal of philosophy, and to be a hero from discreet and respectful distance. And then here's another one in What the Night Brings. Well, I'm so sorry. I'm simply not used to people being kind to me for no reason. And then here's one in Abandon All Hope. All this to bring back Vlad Bloody Tepish. All this death and horror for that leech? And then here's another one where he says, I'm closing the corridor. Get out now. Thank you. Thank you both. I'll see you again. And then here's one where You Must Sacrifice, where he says, Ah, yes, remember the drill, old boy. Charming place, weary traveler, many coins, just a simple place to sleep. It'll all be over soon enough. What a darn shame, all these little lives. Straighten up, man. They all have lives. You have nothing. Feel like I might be driving his accent just a little bit too much. Isn't the next one going to be about Richter? I don't know if the next season is going to talk about Richter. That much I don't know, to be quite honest with you. I don't know. Then here's another one. Where he's speaking in the episode The Endings, where he says, oh my God, what have I done? Realizing his mistake. And then his last lines we hear from him is basically, Belmont, make yourself useful. And that's Saint Germain. Let's see. All right, let's pull up Varney, also known as the Alchemist, also known as Death. Though there's only a couple of lines I'll be able to read through him completely due to the fact that Death is incredibly foul-mouthed. All right, so here's one. I am Death, and you people all took my treasure from me. Dracula was going to breathe death to this world on a scale unimagined, something I could never do. I am a spirit, a function of the world. I can't raise armies. I can't fight an entire world teeming with life and bleed it to death. But he could. I am not a vampire, as you understand it. Death is my meat. There will be murder on a scale never before seen. I will feed and become the strongest creature on this earth. So do it. Finish it. It'll be fun. Or I'll kill you right now. And you will never, ever see her again. Let's go, Dracula. Go insane. Bring me everything I need to thrive. Murder the world just so I don't have to be hungry anymore. I am death. You're just a human being. And that's pretty much all the lines I can say to him. I can say with him because of, well, you know, the rest of his lines are just foul. So those are the Castlevania lines. let's see if we can find some other voices we can do today. I'll probably do 2 or 3 more voices, and then I'm going to go ahead and try to get myself some lunch for today. I might go out shopping, just not shopping, but go out and run some errands real quick. Make sure Kenzo's good before I head out. And then later on, we're going to be on Twitch playing some Borderlands because Loot the Universe is active on Borderlands right now, and I am getting a ton of good weapons and stuff. So I can't wait to play some more games with you guys. I didn't do it yesterday because I just felt like chilling and resting the whole day. But today, I ain't got no excuse. So you know what we about to do today. We about to have ourselves some fun. All right. Let's see if we can find ourselves some other good lines. Like, what are some real good... Oh, I got one. Let me see if I can find Madara Uchiha. Because Madara Uchiha has some good lines as well. And this is when he's talking to, this is Madara Uchiha when he's talking to Onoki and Mu, where he says, "There is no alliance. From here on, you will obey Konoha, and never ever say that shinobi's name around me." Then to Hashirama, "While I walk towards my real dream, I'll enjoy fighting you." Then to Kurama, "Nine Tails. You are merely a momentary life, a temporary existence of coalesced energy, energy that once was a single ultimate form, an unstable force lacking in intelligence or sapience. You require a guide to show you purpose. That guide is the Uchiha. The tailed beasts are but slaves to those with blessed eyes. Obey." Then when he's talking to Obito, "This world is full of things that don't go as you wish. The longer you live, the more you realize reality is just made of pain, suffering, and emptiness. Listen. In this world, whenever there is light, there are also shadows. As long as the concept of winners exists, there must also be losers. The selfish desire of wanting to maintain peace causes wars, and hatred is born to protect love." To Obito before dying for the second time, "Go until the time I revive. You are Madara Uchiha." Then to Tobirama, "Hashirama's country was a shameful contradiction. Man seeks peace, yet at the same time yearning for war. Those are the two realms belonging solely to men. Thinking of peace while spilling blood is something only humans can do. There are two sides of the same coin. To protect something, another must be sacrificed. That is, other than that of, say, a dream world." Then to Naruto, "I just stopped the fate of this world. I freed people from pain, suffering, emptiness. Naruto, you're getting in the way of everyone's happiness. Our game ends here. I turned hell into heaven. You should understand. It's already over." All right, let's see if we can find one for Pain next. Hiro, yo, Kyushu just caught up with One Piece. Excellent! Can I try some of those Wild Arms 3 characters? All right, so let me look up what Wild Arms actually is. Wild Arms 3 characters. Let me look them up. All right, so we have Virginia's team, Janice's team, the Prophets, other villains, Siegfried, Beatrice, Maya's team. Let's look up Siegfried. Does he have a voice that I could possibly hear? Does Siegfried actually have a voice? Probably not. Let's just go to, there's Jet, there's Gallows, there's Clive. But he doesn't exactly have any, like, dub actors, from what I can understand. Okay, so let's see. We got Jet Enduro, we got Gallows Carradine, and we got Clive Winslet. So since they just show Japanese voices for them and no English voices, I'll make up voices for them just based on their appearance and how their characters are. So let's see. Jet is a lone wolf, seemingly cold and unsentimental, who focuses most on the needs of the day. He's practical to a fault and seems almost mercenary in his behavior. His coldness is due to his lack of attachments to other and lack of memories about his own past. All right, so his voice will probably be slightly monotonous because he doesn't interact with people, which means that his dialogue will probably be a bit dry and not as emotion-filled. So I'll go with that for him. We have Gallows. Let's see, an easygoing Bhaskar with a thing for the ladies. Also, he's a ladies' man. Not only does he have high HP, but he also has the best magic user in the party, though from the outside he looks to be the typical fighter. Let's see. It's about as much info I get from him. Then we got Clive. Is seen as a gentleman with a somewhat calm personality, dedicated to his occupation. He always gets the job done, and if there's an error in his planning, he makes up for his mistakes. He usually looks before he leaps, a temperament that helps to balance out the rest of his team's personalities. Unfortunately, though, it does not show any quotes for any of these characters whatsoever. So even if I come up with voices for them, they don't exactly have lines for Gallows and Clive, but Jet, I believe Jet has a quote as well. So the best I can do is Jet because at least he has a prologue. The other two don't have anything written up for them. Jet Enduro, a drifter who makes a living as a treasure hunter. But that's not all. He's an outlaw willing to face danger and won't hesitate to stoop low in order to earn his daily bread. Living for the moment. What is it that he truly seeks? Let me read that again, because that didn't come out right. I had to swallow there. Living for the moment. What is it that he truly seeks? Could the answer be found within these ruins? I gave him like a little bit of a raspy voice. Extremely cold, not as lively in terms of his speech patterns and things like that. Hopefully it's enough to convey how he is as a character, but I won't put it too much past it. But yeah, it really doesn't have any quotes that I can go off from. And I'm looking at the Wild Arms wiki, but I don't see many quotes, to be quite honest with you. Might have to look up game footage. Borderline, sardonic and sarcastic, not bad at all. And I don't even know what their voices sound like. If you're telling me to look up game footage. Let me look them up. Wild Arms 3. See, some of these videos are long, like 36 minutes, 17 minutes. There's one where Wild Arms 3 has all of the cutscenes, and it's a 7, almost 8 hours for all the cutscenes of Wild Arms 3? That's how many cutscenes there are?
I don't know if I have all that time in the world. I mean, there's not, I ain't got no promise, but it feels like it's gonna be. If I were to listen to that video, we'll be here all day, and then I'll never be able to get to my Borderlands.
I wonder if I can find an actual good image, actual good video for him, though. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll work on it. Origins of Jet Enduro. Okay, this one's 4 minutes. Maybe I can pull something from here. There's only so much I can kind of pull from just regular written dialogue. All right, Skies of Arcadia. Let's see. I hope they have some quotes in there. Like Vice, Gilder, Ramirez, Glacian, and DeLoco. Quite a colorful cast there. Okay, Vice, Gilder, Glacian, DeLoco. All right. And we got a couple of words here and there, but it's mostly just at the top where he just says, impossible is just a word to let people feel good about themselves when they quit. And Roger Craig Smith voiced him in Valkyrie Chronicles. And Christopher Sullivan voiced him in Skies of Arcadia and All-Star Racing Transformed. Driven and positive personality. Okay, so the voice that I had for him was good enough. Impossible is just a word to let people feel good about themselves when they quit. And then let's see, Gilder. Appearance, let's see. He doesn't have any lines. It doesn't appear. Oh, wait. Here it is. Women are like sunsets. They're beautiful, but there will be a different one tomorrow. Oh, so he's the hit it and quit it type guy. Okay. Then we have Galcion. I don't know why I kept calling him Glacion, but Galcion. And he looks like he says, power will never betray you. And then DeLoco looks crazy powerful. Well, crazy. Not powerful, but just crazy. Partially quotes an iconic statement from Impossible Mission's evil genius Professor Elvin Adam Bender when DeLoco says, "I've prepared my favorite room just for you. Please come in and stay a while. Stay forever." You want to make a Wild Arms 3 fan dub one day, somehow? Well, never give up. I'm pretty sure the opportunity will present itself for you. Let me get rid of Sosuke Aizen's page there. Now, what other good characters can I voice? Like, I've done voices for Solo Leveling, My Hero Academia, and One Piece. I'm just trying to find some... Ooh, let me see. Other than video game characters, because they already got voices, and I've already done those before. Oh, I got one. I got one right here.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a dark lord of the Sith, so powerful and so wise, he could use the Force to influence the midichlorians to create life. He had such a knowledge of the dark side that he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying. The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. He became so powerful, the only thing he was afraid of was losing his power, which eventually, of course, he did. Unfortunately, he taught his apprentice everything he knew. Then his apprentice killed him in his sleep. It's ironic. He could save others from death, but not himself.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Not from a Jedi.
That's just a really good quote from Palpatine right there. I'm just going to be honest with you. And the fact that Anakin was just so blind in his love for Padme and his attachment to Padme that he didn't even see what was being presented in front of him. Like, if it was any other Jedi and they heard a senator talking about Sith legends, that's not something you just sweep under the rug and just listen to. Only Anakin, who had his nose wide open for being married to Padme for so long, would just dismiss that and just hear about, oh, a way to save my wife. Let me just ignore this story about the enemies of the order I'm a part of and see if it has any good information that I can use to save my wife. Let me just ignore that this senator, who should not know anything about the Sith or Sith legends or any Darths of any kind, let me just listen to his story because it appeals to me personally. Let me just forget my duties as a Jedi to be a keepers of the peace, because we all know how much Sith stories are in line with keeping the peace. So I'm pretty sure Anakin saw that as like, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Like, if Anakin wasn't just the super dense individual that he was, he probably wouldn't have been seduced by the dark side of the Force so easily. But then again, the Jedi were dumb enough to take him in when he had already learned how to form attachments to people. So, it's everyone's fault. I could go on a whole tirade of just how dense everyone is in Star Wars. Don't even get me started on the sequel trilogies. But I'll save that for a different type of stream. Might even do like a little mini podcast when I'm talking about dumb things in movies. Because there are so many dumb things in movies. Can I do Darth Malgus? Darth Malgus. Hold on, let me find out who this even is. Do you mean Darth Malgus? Because I see a Darth Malgus. Oh, that dude. That's the dude from the Old Republic game, isn't he? The one that got his face jacked up by that one Jedi in that one cinematic. Yeah, this dude.
I have done what so many Sith pretend to do, but never really achieved. I have broken my chains.
Let's see if we can find some quotes somewhere.
After 1,000 years, Korriban is ours again.
I'm listening to some of his lines because they got audio clips too.
The strength of my scream buckled the bridge's transparent steel viewport and left the crew's ears bleeding. More gratifyingly, my rage overloaded the fuel slugs of an incoming wave of Oryx. The bright bursts of their deaths raised a smile. We must now defend the heart of our own territory. I am enraged that the Dark Council allowed war to reach Asha's Re. Yet I must allow some measure of admiration for the way the Republic has outmaneuvered us. The Sith Emperor has ordered us to recapture Ord Radama. I will lead the attack. There are rumors that some blame me for the death of Lord Venemal.
Venemal or Venimal?
Lord Venemal, and the defeat suffered there. This campaign shall restore my honor and prove the fitness of the Sith Empire. You were deceived. And now, your republic shall fall.
I'm just going through the list here, see if I can find some more quotes.
Do you know your own order betrayed you, Jedi? They informed us that you might be coming here.
I no longer belong to an order.
Then we have more in common than anger.
Then Darth Malgus to Ardras.
You are a mongrel, Ardras. Angril's mongrel, and you and those like you have mongrelized the purity of the Empire with your pollution, trading strength for wretched peace. Don't you see? Our survival demands a new empire, tempered by alien allegiances and strengthened by tolerance. I am Darth Malgus. I speak with the full power of the Sith Empire, and I am in command now.
Doing very well. Thank you, CJ. Thank you. All right, let's see if we can find some more. Here's one from the here's one regarding his legacy, as said by Darth Sidious.
The excerpts from the Journal of Darth Malgus kept during the Great Galactic War some 36 centuries ago are a prime example of how a wounded warrior can be sustained by rage. The war was an unbounded success for the era Sith Emperor, and Malgus was one of his best soldiers.
All right, I'm trying to look for more lines, but it looks like that may have been it. Yeah, that may have been it for all of his lines regarding him. Because it doesn't show anymore. Yeah, those are all the lines for Darth Malgus. Those are all of his lines that I could find. All right, let's see if we can find someone else to voice. Ooh, I got one. I got one that I love to voice. I got one that I absolutely love to voice. I think I should be able to pull it off without having to change my voice or use a voice modulator for it. Okay, let's see. Cad Bane!
Cad Bane at your service. I'll take on any job. For the right price.
And then here's one between Darth Sidious and Cad Bane.
Excuse the interruption. As I was saying, Bounty Hunter, I have need of your services. I'm listening.
And then Anakin Skywalker to Cad Bane. What do you want?
This holocron contains information I've been paid to collect. I can't unlock it, but you can. The last Jedi who had it wouldn't open it. I hope you don't make the same mistake.
And then Cad Bane to Darth Sidious.
Kidnapping innocent children seems like a small-time crime for the likes of you.
And then Cad Bane to Supreme Chancellor Palpatine.
I'm in control. I make the rules now. I'm kind of tired of being paid for this. I'm kind of tired of being paid for this job too, but not that tired.
And then Cad Bane to Morala Eval and Rachel Hardeen.
It's not the first time I've broken out of this stink hole.
And then Cad Bane to his comrades while on Nal Hutta.
Relax. On this slime pool, everybody's an outlaw.
Then Cad Bane to Morala Eval after saving Rachel Hardeen.
If you're gonna kill him, do it like a man.
Do some of the Bad Batch characters. Have I seen the ads for Samuel Jackson voice for Alexa commercials? Why did I say both ad and commercial? I haven't. I've seen the one for Samuel Jackson as the replacement voice for Alexa. I've seen those videos. Those are hilarious. I have not started to watch the Bad Batch yet. I haven't started to watch the Bad Batch show yet. I need to do that. You know what? I have no excuse. I got to do that while I'm watching. While I'm eating my lunch. I got to watch the Bad Batch. But from what I've seen from the last season of the Clone Wars, I think I can pull up how their voices sound real quick. Hold on. Father is calling me. All right, I'm back. Had to check something for the family. We're still good. Everything's still good. My Cad Bane is wonderful. Well, thank you, CJ. I like to believe that I do a pretty good Cad Bane, even without altering my voice with any voice modulator programs or anything like that. But I did say I was going to look up the Bad Batch. So let's find the Bad Batch. And since they're basically clones, they still need to keep a Australian accent. Okay, Clone Force 99. Now, here's the thing. Part of me wants to look into them, but at the same time, I don't want to look into anything that could be spoiled by me not having seen the Bad Batch show yet. So that's the reason why I'm kind of apprehensive about looking up lines from any of the characters from the Bad Batch, because I can't exactly remember all their lines from the last season of the Clone Wars and differentiate them from lines in the actual Bad Batch TV show. So I might have to put a rain check on doing the Bad Batch until after I watch the episodes, so I don't spoil myself on anything in any of the episodes prematurely. So I may have to do that for right now. So that might have to wait for a little while. And you'll have to pardon me. I'm just exiting out of some tabs here and there. Okay. Now, let's see. What would be another set of lines? Like, here's the thing. If I'm going to call myself an aspiring voice actor, I need to make up characters on my own rather than just rely on lines said from other characters. Otherwise, I'd just be stuck in a rut of always voicing lines that are said by other people rather than making it up on the spot. Because what if I get asked to do this certain character and I can't come up with a good sentence for it? I mean, I can come up with the voice, but what if I just can't drive it in a direction because of I'm just so used to reading lines from other characters? You understand? So I need to get into the habit of trying to make up my own characters and make up my own voices rather than relying on one that already exists. Though I can use them as a basis, I need to get used to making up my own voices, own characters to voice, so that way I'm not relying on pre-existing ones and using those as a crutch somehow. But I will say this much, I do love the voice of the G-Man, though, because I kind of wanted to, before, you know what, let's make G-Man the last one. Let's get the lines of the G-Man from G-Man quotes from Half-Life. Here we go. Let's see. Let's have all of his voice lines from Half-Life Alyx. So let's close out today's stream with me voicing the G-Man, with him talking to Miss Vance.
Impressive work, Miss Vance. Gordon. Impressive work, Miss Vance. Gordon Freeman. Miss Vance, you wouldn't need all that to imprison Gordon Freeman. Perhaps what I am is not as important as what I can offer you in exchange for coming all this way. Some believe the fate of our worlds is inflexible. My employers disagree. They authorize me to nudge things in a particular direction from time to time. What would you want nudge, Miss Vance? Ah, that would be a considerably large nudge. Too large given the interest of my employers. What if I could offer you something you don't know you want? We are in the future. This is the moment where you watch your father die. Unless you were to take matters into your own hands. Release your father, Miss Vance. Good. As a consequence of your action, this entity will continue, and this entity will not. You are aware that you've proved yourself to be of extraordinary value. A previous hire has been unable or unwilling to perform the tasks laid before him. We have struggled to find a suitable replacement until now. I'm afraid you misunderstand the situation, Miss Vance.
And that's pretty much all of his lines from Half-Life Alyx. What about Megatron, G1 Beast Wars, or Prime?
Yes.
Megatron quotes Beast Wars. Let's see. Beast Wars quotes. Here's one between Megatron and Optimus Primal. The universe cowered once at the name of Megatron, and it shall do so again. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings, Megatron. Then they'd better stay out of my way. Predacons, retreat! Suggestion noted and ignored. Let's see. You Optimuses do love to sacrifice yourselves, don't you? Let's see if we can find another one with Megatron. Ah, Megatron, greatest leader of the Decepticons, my namesake. Yours is the first chapter in the history of Cybertron. I'm just looking through this list here again. There I go, looking through lists. Ah, yes, and serpent treachery from Unicron's spawn may yet turn the tide. Ah, Teletran 1 is still operating. Yes. So, the Tripredacus Council still smooches the skid plates of the Maximal Elders. Here's another one. Here's one that is specifically from Fallen Comrades. I came only to talk. Yes. He actually does say yes. Oh, I like you. Yes. You know what? Let me just find all the lines where he just says yes. Yes, my... Oh, wait, that's not him. That's Megatron saying, oh, I like you. Yes. Tilts head, wiggles foreclaws. Just about any episode you care to name where he just says, yes. A treacherous, underhanded sneak attack. Ho, ho, ho. I like you, pussycat. Yes. He really does like to say yes a lot, doesn't he? How many lines does he have where he just says yes over and over? And now I bequeath you half a spark, the very core of a nightmare. Ah, hungry for life. Yes. You know what? That line is not going to leave my brain for a while. All I'm going to hear in my head is just, yes. Can I try my hand at doing young Nobunaga Oda from Samurai Warriors 5? All right, so let me find lines for Samurai Warriors 5, and then I'll try my own hand at it. All right, Nobunaga Oda. Let's pull up his quotes. It doesn't have any quotes from Samurai Warriors 5. It goes all the way to Samurai Warriors 3. But it doesn't go further than that. And here's Nobunaga and Hideyoshi. Sir, permit me a humble request. I beseech you to grant upon me the same retribution for my strategist's crimes. A master must be held accountable for miscalculating the hearts of his followers. Aren't you the trickster? Any master who couldn't read their subordinates' intentions doesn't deserve his command. You phrased that as if I hadn't noticed what you were up to. Not at all. You saw through my act, didn't you? I never said I would tolerate the promotion of a general who lusts for ambition. So you believed in me? What I believe was my own perception. And here's another one with Nobunaga and Nobuyuki. Let's see. How soothing. The world of anarchy seems so distant here in this tea room. Let's see what else he says. Death awaits all men. Even so, this world I have created, these people shall live on. In Samurai Warriors 5, when Nobunaga finally looks and moves like his classic version, he can be equipped with a skill that is basically Conqueror's Haki. See, here's the thing. I haven't seen too much gameplay on Samurai Warriors 5. Is it good? Hey, D-Train, what's going on? We're just doing a couple voices here, and then I'm going to call it a session for today because I need to go ahead and eat myself some food because I need to run some errands when I get the chance. Someday, the time will come when the West and East mix freely. I would lead that effort. I would cross to other countries. I would bring the riches of the world into Japan. Ieyasu, I entrust my dream to you, my vision of a united land. My dream cannot die. It must not die. And then there's Zeus and Nobunaga talking in Warriors Orochi 4. I hear a rumor that you have dubbed yourself the Demon King. Is that true? I could understand if you had called yourself a god, although I might be offended. But why call yourself the Demon King? Because calling myself the Demon King moves the age forward. If it moves history forward, then I will do anything, even call myself a god if necessary. I see. You wish to bring an end to the chaos in your time, and bring peace to your land. I wondered what kind of man would refer to himself as a Demon King, but now I see. And then there's So-So and Nobunaga and Warrior Orochi's 2 Battle of Fan Castle. There's not enough room in this world for both of our ambitions. Who will be the one to fall? The victor will be whom the heavens desire. And then there's Liu Bei talking to Nobunaga and Warriors Orochi 2 when they meet each other at Guandu. My lord Nobunaga, let us work together to destroy this evil. It would be an honor to fight alongside you, my friend. Because you know Nobunaga has that lofty voice. He's got that real lofty tone in his voice. Theatrical, even. Nobunaga and Lu Bu, Warriors Orochi, Battle of Koshi Castle. What is it that you desire, Lu Bu? Foolish question. All I desire is to destroy you from this dimension and prove myself the strongest warriors. So be it. Then there's Magoichi and Nobunaga and Samurai Orochi's 3.
So if someone disagrees with you, you kill them, is that it? What gives you the right to play God?
What value is there in aimlessly clinging to life? To stop moving forward is to die. Then there's Yoshimoto and Nobunaga and Samurai Warriors 2 Extreme Legends. If only it would rain and wash this all away. That would merely be a sign that the heavens too desire your demise.
The day will come when karma will find you, and you too will suffer a miserable death.
I cannot wait. Then there's Nobunaga and Ieyasu.
What would you do with a bird that refused to sing?
I would simply wait until it does. Oh, wait. That's actually Ieyasu answering. But this is Nobunaga saying, what would you do with a bird that refused to sing?
I would simply wait until it does, my lord. What think you of my answer, Lord Nobunaga?
You are indeed a patient man.
Then, my lord, what would you do?
Kill it. Why would I do anything else? And then... Oh, here's some more... Here's a whole page just dedicated to quotes! But it doesn't list Samurai Warriors 5 on here. It goes all the way to Samurai Warriors 4, Warriors Orochi 4, Pokemon Conquest, and Kessen 3. Let's try Pokemon Conquest. Take down all who would resist. Resist. There is no alternative. Will you not wake? Will you not move? Mercy is for the weak. Why do you not resist? Together, Nobunaga and insert Pokemon here shall trample all that lies in their path and charge forward, ever onward. Very well, we shall retreat. My Nobunaga Oda is very much on point. Sweet. Thank you. It's a lot better than it used to be. I remember the first time I tried doing his voice, he said it needed a more theatrical tone. But when it comes to Nobunaga Oda, there's a certain level of regality that must come to his voice as well. Which makes it seem like he has lofty ambitions. But you know when you look into his eyes that he is very serious when he says that if you need to die for his ambitions, you will die. It would appear this army doesn't require the services of Nobunaga, How long has it been since Nobunaga went into battle? Nobunaga is the chosen one. He cannot serve you. So you'll no longer have any need for Nobunaga. I must find Pokemon with greater power. It is time for Nobunaga to take on an incursion. Nobunaga has returned. No doubt even you can see for yourself how insert Pokemon here has improved. Nobunaga has returned, and he has brought insert Pokemon name here with him. This infernal heat is increasing. This chafing cold is increasing. Insert Pokemon names here. Power. And there's so many lines here where he's just talking about insert Pokemon name here just over and over and over again. Nobunaga sees your army has grown some. The Pokemon are sharing in your delight. You now have 50 warriors in your army. Even the Pokemon seem gladdened by this. Nobunaga will show this sight to people of other lands. Your care for the people is appreciated, it would seem. The Pokemon have also understood. This great anger. The Pokemon feel it too, it seems. Nobunaga will not tolerate anything but the utmost effort from all concerned. More power. I feel it. You're here. Nobunaga shall make you the 4 guardians of his army. You must not so much as pause for breath, as long as you remain in the service of Nobunaga. So, Nobunaga is destined to perish in this chaos. And let's see something else. Simple training alone. It took me back to a time when I was known as the Fool. Attempting to fight me, Nobunaga, with such small numbers? Not nearly enough. All need to desire seizing. Wait, is this sentence even right? All need to desire seizing the heavens themselves. Maybe I read that right. Not nearly enough. All need to desire seizing the heavens themselves. Immaturity will get you killed if you wish to fight the Demon King. And here's a long list from Warriors Orochi 3. It is time for the Demon King to take the battlefield. I attacked, humiliated, and eliminated many fools in the last battle. I cannot allow their existence in my world. I have not taken to the battlefield in quite a while. You must do something about my boredom. If you do not wish to share a glass of wine with me, then perhaps you would prefer the point of my sword. Another falls before the might of Nobunaga. I am an unrivaled warrior. Behold, the Demon King. No, you have become an unrivaled warrior. How stunning you are. Amidst this chaos, you have become an unrivaled warrior. Ranmaru, I am most pleased. Cao Cao, you are a true warrior of the three kingdoms. A great military ruler such as yourself is more than worthy. What fierce bravery! Guanping, you are a true warrior of the three kingdoms. Am I not destined to be indestructible? He has a lot of lines. I'm not gonna lie, he's got a lot of lines. And what is it that you seek, Nobunaga Oda? Are you satisfied with such a victory? Most commendable. Performing one's duty may take such toll. Toil. I read that wrong. Performing one's duty may take such toil. Surely you realize I am Nobunaga Oda. Well done, Ranmaru. Cut your way through. Yours is a welcome face, Ranmaru. Cao Cao, is there room for only one man on the path of dominion? Between you and I, collusion would be a fruitless effort. Well done. Slaughter all of your enemies, every weak, lazy, and spineless fool. Is that enough to please you? Hurl yourself into battle until these dark days are no more. I must praise you. Together we shall amuse ourselves fighting in this deadly war. You have my praise. Now come, we must move forward from these jaws of death. I am Nobunaga Oda. What could you possibly be after? You would spare me. You are much too lenient. No, you look beautiful. That deep red makeup, those nails, I adore it all. Excellent, Ranmaru. You must keep on killing. Rush forward and clear my path. Cao Cao, do you intend to walk this path of might alone? I too possess a burning desire for military supremacy. There is no point in us conspiring together. Is that not so, Grand Ruler? You live, rebel, and fight all with great brutality. You are the one who can expedite my plans. Well played. Why don't you amuse me further? If we are of the same heart and mind, then there is nothing more fitting for us than battle. No, you are simply radiant. I have never wanted to hold you in my arms more. You storm ahead with terrifying ferocity. You will not know peace until death itself. You have taken my work upon yourself too. Isn't it hard to walk in a conqueror's shoes, Cao Cao? Oppose me, if you can. Take your anger, take your rage, and unleash them on me. Excellent, Ranmaru. Surpass me, and go forth into the coming age. I really enjoy myself this much. Our battle shall be eternal. You still seek to surpass your father, to surpass me? Finally, you truly attempt to surpass me. In this fleeting moment, I shall now crush you. I shall enjoy this.
Feel my deadly embrace until tears fall from your eyes. I shall utterly destroy you. A demon king who seeks only to destroy is meaningless. You hear those dark whispers too, don't you?
And those are pretty much pretty much the majority of he's got a lot of good lines in Warriors Orochi 3. Warriors Orochi 4 was kind of cut short there, but those are all of Nobunaga's lines that I feel like reading through today. I'll have to look into Samurai Warriors 5 and see what other lines Nobunaga has, and then I'll probably bring it to the next Voices session. But I'm going to call this a session for today, ladies and gentlemen. I posted it on Twitter and I kind of linked it to voice acting, so maybe some people in the future will come across this little stream as and listen to it, and who knows, maybe my voice might get picked up. You never know. I'll just add it to the playlist so more people can see it. But that's all I got for you guys for today. I want to go ahead and get my lunch ready so that way later on I'll be ready for some more Borderlands, because I'm definitely going to be doing a ton of farming. But before I do that, I'm going to see if I can watch The Bad Batch, so that way I can add their lines to the next voice acting session that we do. So I really do hope you guys enjoyed. Whenever I do these sessions, it really is testing me with the limits of my voices. Now, mind you, like you guys already know, I am not a professional voice actor, but I would like to be one day. So here I am with the hopes that whatever I bring to my channel, whether it's me doing my readings and reactions and all the voices I bring to them, hopefully someone will see it one day and, think that maybe I have what it takes. But we'll just see how things go from there. So with that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you're watching this for the very first time and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then consider subscribing, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!